Thank you for joining us tonight. A person takes his or her life every 12 hours in Minnesota. That's according to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention.
And suicide rates here in Minnesota have risen in the past few years. The rates are even higher in rural areas. KTTC's Alex Tejada was at Riverland Community College today, where people learned how to help those suffering from suicidal thoughts. Alex.
Tom, Caitlin, 783 Minnesotans died by suicide in 2017 alone. Safe Talk is a half-day training course that teaches people to be advocates for suicide prevention, a topic that is still misunderstood.
Suicide. It's a hard topic to discuss and one that is growing in rural Minnesota.
When a person is thinking about suicide, they've lost perspective that they have their family, their friends, their community, many people that know them who would be impacted and who would be deeply grieved if they acted on these thoughts.
Bloomstrom says that communities where everyone knows each other create a new dynamic in preventing suicide.
We have a very independent culture in rural communities because people don't really want to talk about their issues. But the great tragedy is when someone acts on thoughts of suicide, it really impacts the whole community.
So the Safe Talk class is visiting communities in Minnesota to create people who are natural helpers when it comes to helping someone who is contemplating suicide.
I think people are learning that anybody can be a critical piece of preventing suicide.
Many of those who commit suicide in rural areas are farmers who have become overwhelmed in tough times.
Farms have gone through a lot of stress this year. I have a real concern for the people that I work with on a daily basis.
While not always obvious, subtle changes in behavior can reveal a person's suicidal thoughts. Chaplain Bloomstrom believes that there are a few things you can do when you suspect someone is thinking of taking their own life.
So tell them, ask them clearly and directly about suicide. Listen, you don't have to solve all their problems, and make sure we get them to somebody who can help in the long term.
Tom Anderson has been touched by suicide in his life and says he has learned things to take away from the class to help others.
That people want to be cared for and they want you to ask. It's really out there, and we just need to be more observant, more caring.
Safe Talk classes teach 30 people per session in an intimate setting. Organizers say they have taken encouragement from the fact that the classes so far have all filled up and the remaining ones have waiting lists. Live in the Austin studio, Alex Tejada, KTTC News.
Thank you, Alex.